What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, family? It's your boy Richard Rich coming to you today with another video. First of all, I want to say thank you for all the new subscribers that's coming in. To just get a different perspective on this thing we experiencing as we call the thing we know is life. Um, we had a show Friday, our first show actually, which I call was basically a discussion on on love and mental health. And I know, you know, a few things were probably said and taken out of content. So yeah, I want to kind of go over and just kind of explain a little bit about what I was saying. Um, Even though what we had the discussion was, I mean, it was very raw, it was very emotional, and it was not scripted. It was things that's going on in the community, and it's ways that women and men perceive things. I was perceived to look at
look at
things in a
things in a
certain
certain
direction
direction
growing up
growing up
because
because
of
of
what I
what
was
I was
told.
told.
I
I
looked at,
looked at,
I've
I've
took
took
advantage
advantage
of
of
and
and
used and
used and
abused
abused
like the
like the
next.
next.
So
So
I'm not
I'm not
saying
saying
that I'm
that I'm
perfect
perfect
or
or
uh, since I'm
since I'm
feeling this
feeling this
way, this
way,
is
this
the
is the
right
right
way.
way.
Um,
Um,
my
my
goal is
goal is
not to
not to
force
force
um,
um,
anything
anything
upon
upon
anybody.
anybody.
My
My,
my
my,
my
my
goal and
goal
my
and my
mission
mission
is
is
just
just
give
give
people
people
a
a
simple
simple
choice.
choice.
Um,
Um,
but it's
but it's
all
all
growth.
growth.
We
We
learn, we
learn, we
live to
live to
learn.
learn.
You know what
You
I'm
know what I'm
saying?
saying?
And
And
now that
now that
I'm,
I'm,
now that
now that
I'm
I'm
living and
living
know
and
my
know my
purpose, I'm
purpose, I'm
doing
doing
a
a
lot more
lot more
learning.
learning.
Um,
Um,
so
so
yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna
I'm
just
just
share my
sharing my
experience. And
experience. And
now
now
the
the
reason that
reason
I
that I
said that
said that
people
people
needed
needed
to
to
my
my
feeling
feeling
on
on
why
why
people
people
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
and
and
two, I
two, I
want
want
to speak from a black person's perspective, because not saying that I'm this is a racial thing, because I know that we're all connected. You know what I'm saying? But of course, I'm a black man, and you know I'm just speaking from my experiences. This is not nothing. I don't have any degree, or I don't have any schooling, or I just have experience to back up my feelings. You know. But my thing about Valentine's Day, um, I just feel like that it's just the day that uh, it's kind of like a lie. Just like I feel like Black History Month is a lie, because why love is an action word anyway. To me, love is just not a word that's a verb. You just don't sit on love, right? Love is not a word that's like the or a. Love is go. You know what I'm saying? Love is an action, something you act upon. Love is something that you do. Love is something that people need. Love is something that people expect. Um, Love is something that people give. You know what I'm saying? Love is something that we search we search for. Love is something that we learn. Um, but love is something that we feel in those dark places. Um, Also, love is because the first perception of love was in that dark place. in the mother's womb, in the womb of the mother. And we felt that love growing because we were also not also were we growing, we were being nourished. And since we made it to this place, then we know it was the nourishment and the love that that my own mother even had for herself, to make sure that she did the right things, eat the proper foods, um, and got the proper rest. So within 9 months that I was born, right? So we all searching for love. Now when we come out to this world, to the matrix, to whatever you want to call it, we are told we're told what love is. But being observant, you see what your perception of love is. Like nobody had to tell me what love was, because I remember the love of my mother when she hugged me. Just when she simply hugged me, just a simple hug. Or when I didn't feel as well, when I had a cold or something, and I would get up under my mother, and that was love without any words being spoken. That was the nourishment, and she nourished me back to health. You know what I mean? Because I was in a weak state, I was in a lower state, and I went to my mother to get built back up, to come back at my higher state, and she gave me the love and nourishment that and the attention that I needed. Now, when we going through this world, I know that I was taught a lot of things on perceptions of love, um, love from I guess school, or love people have for animals, love people have for cars and merchandise, and love for people have for school, and love that people have for businesses or being an entrepreneur, love that people have on the streets, love that people have in a gang life, in a gang culture. So with me seeing these different categories of love, I had to filter through all of it. And regardless if I went down a path in a road that I felt like it held me back, I guess. I'm learning to be thankful, because we needed the balance. Now, when I say that a person should love their self, keep in mind that I wasn't talking about when I was learning my expressions of love. When I was learning love, when I was learning the words of love and the actions of love, I was talking about by myself. These were my growing stages. A female companion was not involved in my life. Now, when I did get with a female, it was my responsibility to explain how I wanted to be loved. Now, this is where in the black community, I feel like we're having a problem, because a lot of people don't discuss their expectations in a relationship. A lot of people leave a bad situation trying to move on to a new situation when you haven't taken care and cleaned out the old renovation. Just like an old house, if you're trying to move from an old apartment to a new apartment, well, you gotta clean up this old apartment. You gotta get all your stuff out of this apartment and clean it up, because it's something that you have that we know as a deposit. Now a lot of people want their deposits back. Now, if you expect to get your deposit back from this apartment that you put down on, then it's your job to clean up this house. But just like in a relationship, we tend not to clean up the situation. We tend not to look at the ugliness of the situation. We tend to just move on. And in a lot of ways, that can be good, but in a lot of ways, that can be bad, because you're taking me, myself, I know that I took a lot of things and a lot of distrust out of an old relationship and put it on that new person, Why did I do that? Why did I put my trust issues and all my burdens on this new relationship? Because I hadn't yet taken care of that old relationship. I hadn't had time to heal from that. You know what I mean? But it was my responsibility to say, hey, I'm not ready for a new relationship. You know, that comes with self-love, because a person is just that same person. It's just that one person. Now, like I said before, I think in the video before, and I was having the discussion, uh, and I seen a couple of interviews where people were saying, why do I keep on attracting the wrong person? Well, if you look at the whole situation, is are you attracting the wrong person? Are you attracting the wrong people? Well, let's be honest. See, that's one thing we can't do. We can't lie about the situation. You're not attracting the wrong person. It's you that hasn't looked inside yourself. Because if you done attracted 10 different people and all those 10 different people hadn't been right, they always amounted up to the first person that you left. Keep in mind that you only been that one person. And this is 10 different people that came back and forth within your life. So all of these people's characteristic changes, the characteristics change, the names change, the the ages change, probably the race change, depending on if you had a biracial relationship, you know what I'm saying? So all those different things change. So what we have to look at is self. See, that's what I had to do. I said, damn, is it me that's great looking at the wrong relationship, or am I the wrong person? Is it me that needs to change something in me? And I had to be honest with myself, because it's all about yourself. It's all about being honest with you, who you are. Accepting it. It goes back to a lot of things. It goes back to the 21 steps to being, and I use certain things, certain points of knowledge, because it helps me. So I know it to be true. If you don't accept something in your life, you won't be able to move on. You will always be carrying that burden in the dark. That's a shame, a fear, or abandonment. You will always be holding on to that. Now, going into a relationship, that person doesn't know who you are, just like you don't know who that person is. So the chemistry, but it's still some type of chemistry. It's still some kind of attraction. Now, that attraction can be coming from lust, or it can be coming from trying to it can be coming up from various places, or just companionship. It can be coming from a place of just needing that companionship, of leaving an old situation. So that's where the problem is. I feel that we don't take the time to say, this is what I need out of love. Why though? Because a lot of people perception of love has been diluted and bastardized. Love has been looked to be the lesser. In a black community, if somebody in love, we might say, oh, you in love, oh, you just got with that girl, you in love. And so love is kind of made to be like, oh, you should be ashamed to be in love from a man's perspective. We'll talk down on our friends and say, oh, man, dang, you like that girl, you in love, oh, love, oh, henpecked that, you know what I'm saying? So, we never put love at its high, on a high pedestal. We never looked at love as high in different searches, in different situations. Now, we looked at, in a relationship, we look to love in a girl as lesser than, but if you go and look at a gang or something, then you made to look at that gang and have so much love for that gang that you're willing to give your life for that gang. And that's kind of backwards to me. You know what I'm saying? So each person perception of love is different. Each person is really trying to find out the true meanings of love, because we have love songs, we have rap songs, we have all different types of perception of love. But in a relationship, two people don't know each other until you tell that person who you are. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's just the responsibility of that woman to bringing her standards up of love. You see what I'm saying? Because the woman has the power. The woman is the power. The woman is the beginning. It's life. The woman brings forth life. She brings forth nourishment. The black woman is the beginning of everything. But if that black woman doesn't, if she don't look at herself as anything, if she don't look at herself as the beginning, if she don't look at herself, then how can a man live up to the expectations if we're not communicating? See, that's where communication comes in. You see what I'm saying? That's where communication comes in, and that's where I feel a lot of relationships take a hit, because instead of communicating, we trying to relate. We relating, meaning we trying to get her drunk, have a little bite to eat, get her drunk and relate, have relations. You know what I'm saying? So you measure the beginning of the relationship to now, I guess, the middle of the relationship, where now you feeling like you expect more. When, you know, if you put that standard in place, just like a job, it's just like a job. When you go for a job, you going for a certain position. Now, just say cashier. Now, cashier is the position, that's the title. But under title, you have a job description. You know, just like in a marriage, just like with anything. You know what I'm saying? So you got the title, but you got to read the job description. Now, the job description comes with action, because these are things that you must do in order to get your pay, what you expect at the end of the day, and that's pay. So in a relationship, we got the title. In relationship, we have to go in and read the job description for self, and then we got to do out these duties, because in the end, what we expect is love and, you know, companionship, and, you know, the ability to trust a person and be able to lean on your mate. We look, you know, to me, I feel like that everybody's, you know, mishandling people. You know, you can't mishandle somebody's you know, feelings and emotions. I think that's wrong, and I've you know, I've done it myself. I've done it in the past to, you know, to other relationships that I'm just now sitting back and thinking about like, wow. But the whole thing is because that woman made the responsibility for me to love her. No, it shouldn't be my responsibility. It should be, you should be loving yourself first of all. Because if you love yourself, then it's a standard. It's a standard. It's you just won't waver your standard. You won't have integrity about your love. Just like your kids, the love for your kid. You won't lessen the love for your kids by no means. So if you won't lessen the love for your kids, then for no means, I don't care for nothing. A lot of mothers, they won't. Most mothers that I know, they will not, even for a man. So in a relationship, that's what I'm saying. You can't lessen the love for yourself, not for nobody. You know, you have to stand on it. And when you start standing on it, your mate will be like, okay, she's standing on this. This is who she is. I gotta honor that. And we gonna fall in line. We gonna fall in line. We gonna fall in line. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of basically where I was going. But I want to just talk about and this leads me into why I named this the E must go. Because I, you know, in my time in my life, I'm learning, right? And
I wouldn't be able to accept these things like I was wrong, or I mistreated women, and I've mishandled different people in different relationships.
I
I
had
had
to
to
put
put
my
my
ego
ego
aside
aside
to be
to
able
be
to
able to
accept.
accept.
So if I
If I
never put my ego to the side, then I would have never said, okay, hey, I'm doing something wrong. See, nobody has to tell me that in my own, in everybody's life, everybody has their own time and their own way and their own purpose. Um, in everybody's life, you're gonna come to that place and that point where you just say, look, something's I'm not moving right, I'm not taking the right directions. I keep coming to the same place in life. I need something to change. So it make you reevaluate everything, and I'm at the point in the place in my life where I question everything, but I had to accept that maybe I was wrong. Maybe all the things that I was listening to up until this point were wrong. But regardless of the things that I was told and I was listening to, it was still my decision at the end of the day. It was still my choice to take the direction that I took in life. It was still my choice because we all have free will, right? So it was my choice and my decisions to take the path that ended me in
me
the
in the
road that
road
I that
that
led me
led
to
me to
right here
right here
today.
today.
So should I
Should
be
I be
upset, or
upset,
should
or
I
should I
be
be
no?
no?
Because I
Because I
did it
did
to
it to
myself.
myself.
I
I
made the
made the
decision. I
decision. I
made the
made the
choice.
choice.
People
People
told me to
told me to
go
go
this
this
way and
way
that
and that
way,
way,
but I
but I
chose to
chose to
go a
go a
certain
certain
way.
way.
A lot
A
of
lot of
people,
people, when I got to that,
when I
when
got
I
to
got
that
to that
point,
point,
people
people
told me to
told me
go
to go
this way
this
and go
way and
that
go
way.
that way.
I
I
chose
chose
to go
to
my
go
way.
my way.
So
So I chose
everything,
everything, and every hurt relationship that I've ever been,
everything
everything that I've ever
hurt
hurt
anybody
anybody
in.
in. I chose
to
to
put
put
myself in
myself
that
in that
situation. I
situation. I
chose
chose
to
to
take
take
that
that
path.
path.
I
I
chose
chose
to
to
experience
experience
it.
it.
So at
So
the
at
end of
the
the
end of
day,
the day,
it's
it's
nobody's
nobody's
fault but
fault but
mine.
mine.
Now,
Now,
when
when
I
I
had to
had
let
to
my
let my
ego
ego
go, I
go, I
had to
had to
let
let
who I
who I
thought I
thought I
was.
was. I had to let
I had to let that go.
go.
I had to say that the things that I absorbed, the things that I let influence me were wrong. Because I'm a realist. I'm gonna go all the way out on how I feel. If I feel a certain way, if I'm looking a certain way, if I feel like, yeah, I'm this way, I don't have to tell nobody that I'm a certain way. And this is not no, like, I'm not trying to switch anybody to no religion, or I'm just saying people should look inside self, because we got to start somewhere. And looking at self is forgiving yourself. But your you got to put your you got to put the ego, because what's in your way is your ego, your pride, which puffs up, swells. Sometimes you may hear the saying that, oh, I don't want to tell you this because you got the big head. You think you all that. That's the ego. Everybody wants to be right. Everybody wants to, be praised. Everybody wants they got this saying, give a person their flowers while they're here. Everybody wants their flowers. But guess what? Nobody wanted to do the work, because putting your ego to the side is work. It's work to keep that thing contained. It's work to say, hey, I might be wrong. And to admit you wrong before anybody else. Just like I've always said, that you can't never change somebody else actions about a certain way. The only thing that you can change is your actions in your situation. You can only change you. You can only lead by example. I can't tell somebody to do a certain thing if I'm not doing the same, if I'm not making the same attempts uh at this thing every day. And this is something that, once for me, it's just it's an ongoing learning. It's all an ongoing process of learning. Continuous. Because now that I thought that I knew what I knew, I know that I didn't know anything. You see, but it's okay. It's okay. But I had to put my ego, I had to let my ego. And ego, I had to let it go. I had to let my ego and say, okay, I was the wrong one. I was at fault. I was to blame in every situation that I'm in. Not for nobody else, not for my kids, but it was me. You see? So I just feel like that, as we go on, as we keep growing, you know, this thing gets it won't you won't stop learning, but it gets easier because you start to master it. It just becomes second nature. These things do get easier, but you have to do the work. In the beginning, it's hard because it's something new. It's something that you might be sweat like going to the gym. That first day, that first month, you're gonna be in a lot of pain. You're gonna be sore all the time. You're gonna be, your stomach, digestive system is gonna be different because now you put different vitamins and proteins in your system. And now you're feeling kind of queasy. You sore all the time. Now you gotta, but it's only because it's only change. But once you get into it, it'll start becoming second nature to where you walking off what you live. And just because you don't think somebody is paying attention, somebody is always paying attention. But we've been told so many lies in this lifetime. We see so many lies. We've been misused and trashed out so much. A lot of people is just really trying to see if you're gonna walk out your walk. But in order to do that, we got to put that ego to the side, and we must love. You got to love self before you can really expect somebody to love you. Because how can you expect this person to love you if that person don't know what love is? If that person came from an abusive household, where he wasn't even raised by his mother, and he raised up by the system, what love? Well, how can that person really love you? Because now what that person did not learn, he didn't learn love in those type of situations. He learned survival. So that's what that person is giving out. They're not giving out love, they're giving out survival, the means of survival. And then some people get love confused with lust. So, a lot of people instead of saying that I love you, what they really want to say is I lust you. Because after that feeling's gone, forget it. So, I just came in here to share, just clean up a little bit and just explain, just give my point, what I'm saying, of how I feel. We're gonna come back. Shout out to Sensei, because we will be back in the house Friday. We will be back in the house Friday with another smash topic. Man, this is gonna be it's gonna be very impactful. It's gonna be, we just gonna let it happen naturally. This is not anything that's gonna be scripted. Only thing that we know right now is the title that we're going to discuss. You know what I'm saying? And I'll give that out like Thursday, just so people can, I don't want to give it out too soon. I want it to be, kind of warm and fresh on your mind when I really put it out. So I'm, like I said, I'm only gonna take this channel to bigger and higher, planes of trying to heal the solutions, because we know the problems. We've been knowing the problems for a long time, but people are scared to talk about the solutions, and people don't know where the solutions is, because we got to do the work. It's us that has to do the work. Got to be around like-minded people that's moving in your same direction. And only person that you can change is you. You are your own light. Let your light shine. You know what I'm saying? So Friday we will be doing that. I think that's basically it right now. Like I say, thank you to all the new subscribers and all the people that left comments. I really appreciate those comments. It really means a lot. It just let me know that my work is not in vain. Yeah, I'm just being obedient and just giving out what I'm receiving. My gift of receiving is gonna be my gift of giving out. So I'm in service to you all. And we just gonna grow. This is not nothing that's forced. I'm not trying to force anything, but I want people to know and look at self and just be able to make the decision for self. So I'm gonna find out for me. When I find out for me, I'm gonna tell then we will be the true I am. It's your boy Richie Rich. That being said, I'm out. Like, share, subscribe, family. What's going on, Mr. and Cakes? What's going on, Mr. and Cakes? Appreciate it for y'all coming through. But come catch us Friday. Come get with the live Friday. And peace, family.